Growing up without a strong father figure will have significant drawbacks on your dating life as an adult. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 things that you might have missed and the potential impact of each. If you grew up without a strong father figure and you're struggling in dating, you're not alone. On this channel, I'm going to help you to maximize your potential to attract women that are right for you and maintain that attraction long term. All right, let's do it. So the first thing that a father gives his son is a masculine blueprint. This is the foundational set of values, behaviors, and emotional patterns that the son internalizes as essentially the essence of masculinity, or what it means to be male or to be a man. Without that blueprint, boys will often feel a persistent uncertainty about who they truly are, and that will manifest as low self-esteem and mimicking of other males and things like that. So the father models culturally valued traits like confidence, assertiveness, resilience, and then that model becomes the template for the boy's own identity, or at least the gender component of his identity. Your identity informs the direction of your life and the decisions that you make along the way. So if your identity is rooted in strong foundational values and truths about yourself, then your actions will have consistency and reliability, and you will come across as someone who can't easily be pushed off course. Whereas on the other hand, if you don't have that strong identity, then you can come across as inconsistent, uncertain, and unreliable. Now, you can recover from not having a masculine blueprint growing up, but not having a strong identity as a grown man is a problem in dating, because without it, you're going to struggle to project that sort of presence that women are looking for. I'll dig deeper into blueprint next week, but this difference in presence has implications for a bunch of things that impact attraction, from how secure she feels in the relationship to your chance of success in life. You'll often hear women say that they want a man who knows what he wants or knows what he wants in life, and the way to come across as someone who knows what he wants in life is to have a well-defined set of foundational goals, values, and beliefs that you act in accordance with. Next, we have relational blueprint. This is the mode of interacting with other people, especially women, that the son learns from observing the father. So the attitude that the dad carries into interactions with other people, as well as the social skills needed to navigate social interactions. So things like empathy, reciprocity, and again, assertiveness. It's common knowledge now, I would say, that the parents' relationship is very formative of the standards that children have for their own romantic relationships. So, for example, in cases where the dad is abusive, the son will be more likely to treat his romantic partners abusively. On the other hand, if the son sees a relationship that is loving and respectful and full of laughter, then he will probably treat women with love and respect and try and make them laugh. This also goes for the way that the father interacts with his friends and people in general. If he seems to enjoy social interactions and treats people with respect, then the boy will take from that other people are generally respectable and fun to talk to, which is a great mindset for a growing boy to have. He'll also learn practical social skills from watching the social interactions unfold. If a boy doesn't have a relational blueprint, then similar to his sense of masculinity, he will have to piece one together from observing other people and from cultural expressions like films and books. Typically at this point, the mother becomes the primary example for social interactions, which isn't automatically a problem, but studies do show that boys raised by single mothers are on average less assertive, which is a trait that they would learn from their dad. Obviously, in a relationship, having a healthy perception of what a good partnership looks like is just as important for you as it is for her. But also in the dating phase, strong social skills are probably the most powerful thing that you can have. Women are naturally attracted to men that can engage with them confidently and openly. And if you have good social skills, then you will be able to make a conversation just flow better. You'll be able to pick up on their flirting better, and you'll generally just be more fun to talk to. The third thing is structure. This is the expectations, boundaries, and coaching that a father gives around things like discipline and achievement. This is what shapes a boy's ability to face and overcome challenges in life by setting a clear bar for what's expected of him and offering support to reach it. When done right, structure is the difference between people that float through life, giving up any pursuit at the first sign of trouble, and people that push through for a result, which is a defining characteristic of masculinity, especially in the West. This is what gives a boy the ability to set goals, test his limits, and achieve. It also instills a belief that failing is part of success, and that it's from learning from mistakes that we learn the most. Without structure, boys will often have a lack of discipline, lack of motivation, and general behavioural problems that will affect their performance in school and throughout life. In dating, lack of structure is mainly going to affect you in three ways. The first and most obvious one is that you're probably not going to have as much to show for yourself in terms of achievements and career success, which are things that women draw upon to signal long-term mate value. The second is that, be it at the early stages or further into a relationship, as a woman gets to know you, she's likely to lose attraction for you if she finds that you are undisciplined and unmotivated. And the third one that I think people might miss is that modern dating is hard and unforgiving at times. It takes effort, it takes patience, and it takes some real resilience because you will face rejection. And so having learned a structured approach to hard things is a real benefit. The fourth thing is security, both physical and emotional. Physical security means growing up in an environment where you feel protected from harm and where your basic needs are met, so you can explore the world and explore yourself without constant fear. Emotional security is having a bond with your parents that is loving and in which you feel accepted and valued even when you make mistakes. Emotional security is the most important thing to understand from a dating perspective because it informs your opinion of yourself and others, which informs your attachment style, which, if you've not heard of it, is your instinctive pattern of relating to others in close relationships. Attachment styles fall into two broad categories: secure and insecure. A secure style develops when a child's needs are consistently met with love and understanding by their parents. This teaches the child that they are worthy of love and affection and that other people can be relied upon. An insecure style develops when the child's needs are met inconsistently or met with out-and-out neglect or rejection, which teaches the child that they are unworthy of love and attention and that other people can't be relied upon. Put simply, when your attachment style is secure, you feel comfortable letting people close and letting people go. When your attachment style is insecure, you have a negative view of yourself or of others or both, which makes you uncomfortable letting people close or letting people go, or both, which makes it harder to form connections, which can lead to isolation, which can lead to poorer social skills, which can lead to fewer connections, and it can become this negative cycle. Now, another word for security in oneself is confidence, and pretty much universally you'll hear women say that confidence is the most attractive thing that a man can have. You've also probably heard of a man referred to as insecure before, and spoiler alert, it's not positive. So this one can feel really unfair because it's not your fault at all if one of your parents rejected you and left you with a poor opinion of yourself, but it may well come across in your behaviour, like you might double text or you might say, oh, that thing that I said, was that impolite? Should I take it back? Like that kind of lack of conviction is something that women just can't stand, and ironically it will lead to more rejection a lot of the time. Side note for this one, it's the bond with the mother that's more powerful when it comes to forming connections with women specifically, but low emotional security and or rejection from either parent will likely cause problems forming connections in general. Finally, we have reality. Now, there are certain realities of life that a father is going to want to prepare his son for, and certain bits of knowledge and wisdom that he's going to want to give to his son at an appropriate age and in a way that he's going to be able to process. And the father's going to know better than anyone when and how that should be. For example, he might want to teach his son how to defend himself physically. He might want to teach him how to spot manipulation, how to deal with conflict. Generally, prepare him for the harshness of the real world. In the context of dating, he might want to inform him at an appropriate age about things like consent and safe sex. And some of this stuff he'll get at school, but what he definitely won't get at school is any kind of applicable, practical knowledge about dating and attraction itself. Now, this is not to say that everyone's dad has all the answers in this area. I think this is something that's probably become especially difficult in recent generations because dating has changed so much so quickly. But he will have certain bits of wisdom that he's learned from his experience with women that transcends cultural changes. If no one gives a boy this information by the time he's asking the questions, then he's going to go looking for the information himself. And in the modern context, that means he's probably going to do what I did and set about the internet looking for it, which means rather than learning from his dad, he's going to learn from some guy on YouTube with a pair of glasses on who thinks he knows everything, right? Who knows what that guy's going to say? There is a tidal wave of different narratives online about what women want, what they don't, what's a red flag, what isn't. Everyone's disagreeing and arguing, right? It's a mess. And this is only amplified by the fact that the algorithm that chooses what we see does not favour nuance. It favours shocking, sensational clickbait. So it's much, much harder, and a boy is much more likely to go wrong trying to distill that mess into an accurate image of reality rather than adapting an image that was passed down by his dad, even if that image isn't perfect. So I hope this was helpful to someone. I'm going to do a 5-part series expanding on each of these, including ways to heal the gaps and improve your dating life. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.